And finally she makes her grand reappearance on YouTube. No, just kidding. Anyway, hi guys, I am back with another video and I am very excited because I will be showing you a new foundation and a high-end foundation, and I am new to the world of high-end foundations, so I'm super excited for this one. This is not a first impressions because I have been using this foundation off and on for the last about 3 to 4 weeks, and I thought it's time that I share my experience with you and let you know how I think and what I think of it, and maybe you'll find out if it might be a foundation you also would like to try in the future. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. So I already have my opinion on it, but I find these videos super interesting and also really helpful, so I wanted to share this experience with you, and maybe you find out this is something you want to try, or maybe you think, nah, it's not for you. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I'm going to be using some products from NARS today. Super excited about it. I got the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. And I got mine in the shade Light 1 Oslo. And the packaging is really, really cool. It is this nice, very sleek packaging, all in a very, it's all matte, and it is a plastic container, so you can squeeze it. And when you open it, that is what it looks like. The second base product that I got from NARS is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I got mine in the shade Light 1.25 Afterglow. And because NARS products are actually pretty expensive, I wanted to try their mascaras as well. So I got 2 miniature ones, and the one I'm going to be showing you today, which is also the one that I have tried so far, is the NARS Climax Extreme Mascara. It says Instant Volume Mascara on it, and this is just in the shade Uncensored Black. I really am a sucker for the NARS packaging. It's really sleek and chic. And the wand, in case you are interested, looks like this. So obviously this is a very short, stubby little wand, as you can see, because I got the miniature version. And come to think of it, I really, really hope that more companies, like high-end companies and brands, hop on the miniature edition things, because I think that very often if you buy a product and you don't like it, if it's something that is inexpensive, like from Essence or Catrice or whatnot, then it's not such a big deal. But for high-end makeup products, I really, really think it is such a shame. So I think it is a great idea to get the miniatures. I mean, even the miniatures are expensive. I think I paid like 13 euros for this or something. But at least you get a miniature size and can try it out, and if you don't like it, then you haven't paid the full price for the full product. And the last thing I got from NARS are 2 little miniature Afterglow Lip Balm Duo, it's called. This is the packaging. And the 2 little miniature lip balms are the shades Orgasm and Hidden Pleasure. This is what they look like. So they're also little teeny tiny lip balms. I think it's such a cute idea. And the Orgasm one is a very light kind of rose gold packaging. So cute. Cute. And the Hidden Pleasure is more of a pinkish mauvish kind of packaging. And let me just show you the shade in the tube. So I also thought that that was a nice idea, which is why I picked them up, just to try them out and see if I like them. Okay, so it says to shake the product well. I'm going to be applying the foundation the way I always apply all my foundations. I'm going to be first dabbing it on with my fingers, then I'm going to be blending it out with a foundation brush, and I'm going to be using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush today. And just to make sure everything is super duper smooth and flawless, I'm going to go over everything with my trusty beauty sponge, makeup sponge. This is just an inexpensive one from the drugstore, and I just use it to like go over everything and make sure everything looks super smooth. And afterwards, usually I would powder it a bit, but just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to powder, so you just see how the foundation looks as is. Ah, that's better. I've zoomed you in so you can see my face as is, and yes, I have some issues to cover up. I had a few breakouts. This is just the scarring that's left over, and the blemish I had here above my lip is also just healing. It's not really like inflamed anymore, it's just still very red, so we will see how the foundation does at covering everything up. Oh, what I will say about this foundation is I did watch reviews before buying it, and because it is a pretty matte foundation, everyone, or pretty much everyone I saw who used it and reviewed it, did say to work in sections because it dries down quite quickly. So that is the way I tend to also apply it. I really do like this foundation. Like I said, I've been trying it out now for a good 3 to 4 weeks, I think. And I've tested it, obviously, you know, to work, wearing a mask, and a few days it was a bit warmer, so I was sweating a little bit. And it works really, really well. It sits on the skin beautifully. It feels comfortable. It is matte, but it doesn't make you look dry and crepey. I really like it. God, I'm such an impatient person. For me, it's really hard to like not apply the foundation everywhere I want it and then just go from there. This working in sections, like, I don't know what it is, but it's just, for me, it means being more patient. So it took a little bit of getting used to. Zoom you in for the spots. I don't know, but this foundation covers so well. Like, I didn't prepare that, I didn't put concealer on beforehand or color correcting, nothing, and you literally don't see anything, and that is even under these like studio lights that I have, so wow. I would also say this foundation is buildable. I don't typically try and build it up too much because I really don't like my face to look too too caked up with foundation. But what I usually do is I will go in just on very specific areas, like if I have a blemish or whatnot, or on this area of my cheek I'm always very red, so I do typically tend to do a second layer over that area, and it just works like a charm. Alright, I would say that was about a good 1.5 pumps, and for me that is enough coverage. I have a tiny little bit oh, you can't really see it, left on the back of my hand. And that I will use after I have gone in with my makeup sponge and if I feel like I have taken away any of the coverage. Oh, this is a damp beauty sponge. Some people like Taylor Wynn, who I watch a lot, actually like to use them dry. I prefer them damp. I also like the squidgy feeling more. But sometimes it can take a teeny tiny little bit of coverage away, which is why I'll just use whatever is left on the back of my hand and go over that area. Right, that is the foundation done. I did obviously take more time than I would take in my everyday makeup routine just because, you know, for the sake of this video, and hey, we're sitting here doing our makeup, chilling together, having a good time, so I'm not gonna like rush things. But this is what the foundation looks like. I think it looks super flawless. It is a nice, it is nice and matte, and when you go over it with your fingers, it doesn't leave like any residue. In my opinion, it doesn't look overly matte, like to the point where you look dead-ish. You can like see it a little bit on my nose. There is a tiny little bit of the natural glow coming through. I am a huge fan of this foundation. I think it is worth every cent. And in case you are somebody who is very pale like I am, and your undertone is, you have a cool undertone, which means you have a pinkish reddish undertone, then the shade that I have, Light 1 Oslo, is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. You can see no difference between neck and face, so yay. Okay, now we're gonna try and conceal these bad boy under eye dark circles. Story of my life. The concealer, like I said, in the shade Light 1.25 Affogato. It's I think it matches perfectly with the foundation. It is super creamy. Oh, I actually used to apply my concealer just with my finger. Now I have switched up to first applying it with my finger, typically my ring finger, and then I blend it out with a concealer brush. This is just an inexpensive one from the drugstore, from the German drugstore. It's from Epidemic, but any concealer brush will do, any fluffy concealer brush, and I think the combo of finger and the warmth, melting it into your skin and then just giving it that nice airbrushed feeling with these soft fluffy bristles, for me it's right now it's my favorite way to apply concealer. And then I just check and see if I like the amount of coverage, or if I want a little bit more coverage, which in this case I do because I really have a lot of darkness here and here. So I just reapply a tiny little bit more on those areas and blend it out again. I think the tip for concealer that I would give people is also less is more, and work in layers. So first the first layer, and then add another little bit more where you think you need it, and then dab it. Don't swipe it too much, because if you apply too much concealer, everybody, no matter how old you are, everyone has those little fine lines and the one or two or odd wrinkle around the eyes. And obviously the older you get, and you know, other things like do you smoke, do you go out in the sun a lot, and stuff like that, also play a role. And the more product you add to those areas, the more the wrinkles are actually going to be noticeable. So that's why less is actually more. Okay, that's the eyes done. I think you can see a really good difference. Alright, that is the foundation and the concealer done. Like I said, I am absolutely loving this combo. I will say one thing though, if you have very dry skin, I'm not sure if these two products are going to be the best option for you because they are obviously matte products. The concealer is also a matte concealer. However, I don't find it to be so mattifying to the point where it feels tight and uncomfortable. But if you are somebody who really suffers with dry skin or dry patches on their face or under their eyes, then I don't know if this will be the right combo for you. Maybe you can get a sample and try it out with like some really rich, nourishing products underneath. But if you have combo to oily skin, I think that most of you people will actually really like these products because throughout the day when your natural oils come through, then the foundation doesn't end up looking too oily and like too soon. But with me, like towards the end of the day, if I don't like powder or anything, then I just start to look really glowy. So I really like this combo. Just keep it in mind that if you do have very dry skin, I'm not sure this is going to be the best combo for you. Okay, now mascara. Now I have very mixed feelings on this tiny little guy. On the one hand, I absolutely love this mascara. The first time I used it, also my lashes, they don't feel like hard and crisp and like stiff. They feel like really fluffy, and they still feel like really flexible. It didn't flake on me. It also didn't smudge. It didn't like transfer to the upper lids or anything. The issue I had is actually applying it. So I'll have to explain it to you and show you at the same time. I pulled the applicator out of the little container, and I don't know if you can see it, but here at the tip, that is all product. It's like extra product. And also in the bristles, there is so much product on this brush. It is like, I can't even like begin to tell you. So it makes applying it to my lashes really difficult because they look really stuck together and spidery and clumpy with just like one application. If I do not like scrape off absolutely as much of the excess product on there as I can, it makes my lashes look really nice and thick and voluminous. But I don't think I can use it on an everyday basis because it just takes me too long. It has too many steps. So I have to scrape off all the excess product, then I apply it, then I'll go in with a spoolie, or I will use my lash comb from Real Techniques. There's a lot of extra steps involved so that I get my lashes looking the way I like them and not like mascara overload. So I don't know, I'm not sure if it's maybe just this one particular one that I have, or if all the mascaras are like this. But that's something that I definitely want to mention here, and it's something that I would definitely keep in mind. Oh, and if you have this mascara or have had this issue, then and you have any tips, then let me know. Maybe there's something extra I can do to make things a bit easier. But like I said, on the one hand, I think it's a really good mascara, but it's kind of high maintenance for me. So as an everyday option, I don't think it's that realistic because it just takes way too much time. So first, scraping off as much as I can. It's so crazy how much product comes off even after you've scraped and scraped and scraped. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I think you can. Look at that. And that is not even all that is on the little mascara wand. So now I'm going to take a Kleenex and dab it off. And now I'm going to apply. It is such a beautiful mascara. It just takes a lot of work beforehand and while applying it. Oops, just put a blob on the inner corner. I'll clean it up later. So that's one coat on the upper lashes. It makes a huge difference, but even that one coat, even after scratching off so much product and also using the Kleenex, the tissue paper to wipe it off again, it's still, they still look a little bit too clumpy for my liking. So yeah. Okay, so that is upper and lower lashes done. I have the typical mess and smudging that I always have when I apply mascara, but as usual I'm going to be using a cotton swab or a Q-tip and just removing it with some like lotion or makeup remover, and then I will be good to go. But before I do that, I'm going to be using the spoolie to comb through the lashes. I'm not sure if you can see it, but when you go through with the brush, it removes a lot of the excess product that makes the lashes clumpy, and you can now see it obviously falling onto my face, but I will just brush that away with a powder brush in a second. Maybe if the clumpy lashes don't bother you, you don't have to do this step. For me, this step is not optional. I have to do it because otherwise I don't like the way the lashes look. But afterwards, I think they look really good. And I'm back. Cleaned everything up and now they're looking pretty damn good. No, seriously, like I said, I really love this mascara. I just think it is pretty high maintenance in the application, but other than that, it is great. Right, last but not least, the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Orgasm. Very smooth and creamy. Doesn't smell like anything. Just a hint of color, like a pinkish tone, kind of like my lips, but a little bit more pink. When you look at it in the tube, you can see like a teeny little bit of like a hint of sparkle in it. But even when I look at my lips up close in the mirror, I don't see any noticeable like sparkle or glitter or anything. So if you are somebody who doesn't like that look, then maybe this is still a product that could interest you, because they actually just look really like nice and juicy and shiny without looking glittery. So guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed getting all glammed up. Well, not exactly glammed up, but using super duper posh products. Well, I consider them super duper posh. It was fun. It felt like doing something special and nice for myself, pampering myself with a little bit of luxury. Like I said, I really like the products. I love the foundation and the concealer. I really like the mascara. I just think it's very high maintenance, and the lip balm I think is super pretty, but I don't think I will be getting it again just because I think it is a little bit too expensive, and I think that there are great options that perform the same or very similar at the drugstore. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Super glad you decided to drop by. I look forward to seeing you all in my next video, and all I can say now is stay safe and see you in my next video.